I'm at Pickett State Park, well past the park infrastructure and cabin and campground, Coffee Ridge Road. And it's gated. But we're going out it we're probably almost to the very end of it, if not the very end of it. And looking for some rock features stuff just above Rock Creek. And if we find them, though, should be pretty cool. So, gosh, it's mid-February, and it's already about 50-something degrees on its way up, almost near 70, which is unheard of for this time of year. So, I'll be peeling on the jacket, I'm sure, for long. So come along, see what we get into out here. It ought to be fun. Well, had to peel out the jackets already, all of us. We're a mile in, and it's warm, and you can tell, looking back through the trees, that we're on a drop-off. And the map shows us all downhill Rock Creek. So we're gonna take off to the right and try to stay on about the same level as this first arch. Not get too low, not get too high. We'll find it. Yeah, evidently at one time, this was made for a parking area, and there was even a sign here pointing to a trail, but I just don't guess it gets much use, so kind of abandoned it. But we're gonna go a little way down the trail, because man, that would be thick to cut off into right there. Golly. Oh well. You take the good with the bad when you're out here. All right, we pretty quickly turned off trail, and we're going around the cliff road that's kind of low down in that mess somewhere. It's not too bad where we are right now. It's kind of in a pine thicket. But we'll try to stay above that little cliff and make our way around it. And we should come really close to the first arch. And that's the goal. Yeah, and through the Mount Laurel we have came. And honestly, it's kind of thin for a Mount Laurel thicket, so we got through it fairly easy. But there is a photo op right here. An exposed cliff we'll get on to. Yeah, not bad. Well, even with an app with the terrain on it and all that, sometimes bushwhacking don't go as expected. So we're right back to where we kind of started from after we got out here to the end, because the drainage we were going to try to go up and around was going to be a lot farther and turned into just thick Mount Laurel, and we decided to start again, come back up here to the trail head and head down to Rock Creek and see if we can locate this thing from the bottom up. I mean, that's the way it goes. Yeah, this trail here is not heavily traveled or maintained. It's marked, but I like this way going in. I'll remember this. It's pretty cool. Let's forget what I just said when I was right up there, because the trail comes straight down. No switchbacks, no anything. And there are places in it that your best bet is just to go ahead and get down on your butt, because you're probably going to be there anyway. So yeah, I don't like it anymore. And now we got to try to get to there, since we decided not to go up around the tops of these. It's a drainage, and it'll just be much more the same thing, I'm afraid. But that's why we're here. Got to go where the good stuff's at. And from where we're standing right here, looking right into the sun, what we're looking for is right there on that ridge top. And man, that's straight up over there too. Yeah, we came off right up there, and I mean straight down that. And now, straight up this to get to that. And hope we can find a way up to the top of the ridge from there. Surely we can. Whew. Rough going though. Yeah, after all that, we're finally here. I think the arch is right around this little cliff road, but yeah, really nice rock shelter in here, but it looks like years ago, the artifact hunters really dug a lot of this out. Okay, there's the arch. I had no expectations about this arch being this big, but my goodness, this is a beauty. Gosh. Coffee Arch. And somebody has done a little carving. There's a date there, 1985, and that's not historic. But anyway, you get out like this, and it's a job to get in and out of here. But that's where you find this nice, pristine, not trashed up, not graffitied away, and it's just beautiful. Absolutely stunning arch. It's a nice arch as you'll ever encounter, I want to say that. Coffee Arch is so, it's just impressive in its shape, size, character. And man, it was a job to get here, but whoa, was it worth it? So We're gonna have to say goodbye now. Start making our way back up the ridges. And hopefully we don't have to go down and back up that other side again. Coffee Arch, thank you. You're beautiful. We have got up on the ridge tops, kind of above the arch, and we are not going back down in that valley and over to that big point. We're gonna try to walk the cliff rows out here up. And hopefully, as most of these flat ridges have, run into an old logging road of some sort and follow it back. Yeah, we'll see. I'm just not wanting to give that elevation away. Just have to get it back on the other side of the mountain. Okay, keep going. Look at this. Man, and it just goes on and on. But hopefully, like I said a minute ago, we'll pick up an old road somewhere. But this is just thick. But it's little pine trees, so we can make our way through it. It is not like a rhododendron or mountain laurel thicket. Thank goodness for that. This is wonderful. The woods kept getting bigger and thinner, and we got to where we could at least hike in the open woods. And look, there's that old road. Not used by anything anymore, but those old roads always go back to an existing road. So, yay. Man, oh man. There's the gate and the vehicles, and whew, it's been a tough off-trail hike today. But we made it, and we found what we were looking for. Time to call it a day. Hey folks, just a little message about today's hike. It was just a little over 4 miles because she's off trail and it was tough. The toughest part was when we decided to give up on the route we first decided to take and go straight off over the hill to the creek and climb the other mountain. Oh, what a decision that was, because all the snow has just melted off here in the last day or two. Everything underneath the leaves on those hillsides was just saturated, and you just couldn't even put a foot down without trying to slip out from under you. We went down that hill in places on our behinds purposely to keep them going down them accidentally on our behinds. And the climb up the other mountain on the other side was always horrible. You know, sometimes on your hands and knees grasping at rhododendron, mountain laurel, little, just anything to keep them sliding back down. But we made it. And Coffee Arch is one of the most beautiful arches I have ever seen. I mean, it was large, it was thick, it had everything you'd want in an arch. You know, just so impressed with that. The way back from Coffee Arch wasn't easy either, although it was in a pine thicket. Not much rhododendron and mountain laurel to fight through, but it kind of got better along the way as we went. We got up on the ridge tops, then we hit that old road and walked it right back to the road that we came in on, and that was a piece of cake. So yeah, I mean, it's beautiful arch on a day like this, 4.5 miles. I mean, what more are you gonna say? It was awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Go home and right back in my recliner and rest my legs, because that was a tough climb up and down those hills, but loved every minute of it. So, you know, if you follow me, you know, please keep following. If this is the first video you ever found of mine, hey, check some of the other ones out and hang around. You know, there'll be more coming. I'm not stopping anytime soon. Because, like I say, as long as you guys keep watching them, I'll keep making them. So thank you a million. It's Pepper on the Woods. See ya.